You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
It is the 2026 NFL Combine. There have been quite a lot of information come out from the Miami Dolphins. And I guess the most pressing or the most interesting thing that a lot of fans have heard so far this week is surrounding the quarterback position. But as always, to delve into all of that and more, I am joined by the host of Go Time Dolphins, Charlie. Tell them what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, boy. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I messaged you prior to going live that got my son in his room. He's literally to my right, so I will try and keep that and not to wake him. Apart from that, I'm all good. How are you?
I'm coolin', man. I seen the Rich Eisen show. Shout out to Rich Eisen. I love Rich Eisen. Love Rich Eisen. He was talking to Sully and Halfley, and Sully decided to shave his head so he stopped being, so people wouldn't get him confused with Halfley. I think it was a good decision. But I said it before. These boys are very likable, very, very likable. So I don't know what we're gonna get, but I'm excited about it.
I think there's a lot of, and rightfully so, there's a lot of skepticism around the Dolphins at the moment. There's not much to be excited about, but I have found it interesting on social media, seeing like even the most skeptical Dolphin fans being like, they're getting excited by what Sullivan and Halfley are saying. Now, they can say all the right things. It doesn't matter if in 2-3 years' time they're out the door. The Dolphins haven't won a playoff game. The roster looks just as bad as it does right now. But for the most part, I think they have all of their public speaking comments they've made, or public facing comments they've made so far, I don't think they've really put a foot wrong. Is that fair to say?
Nah, and even when people don't say the wrong things, people try to accuse other people of saying the wrong thing. So if you like somebody, you could get out of it. If you don't like somebody, you could say they said X, Y, Z. It's none of that matters. What does matter is the record. But something that Sully did say, interesting enough, he said they have exercised every option with Tua, cutting him, trading him, keeping him. Is there a world where you can see Tua is kept by the Miami Dolphins? Because we went through every option last week, Kadeem, and keeping Tua was not one of the options that we went through because I didn't think it was a thing. Although I thought it should have been a thing. Like, yo, how about we just not burn all this cash like the Joker did? And you know what I'm saying? Like Ben Simmons was doing. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think the chances are of keeping this of Tua?
If you speak to 5 Yard Lee, and we have to get him back on the podcast because Lee is a very, easygoing, positive person. He's not that at the moment. And one of the things he's not easygoing about is the Tua situation. As Sully said, as everyone knew beforehand, the Dolphins can't eat around $99 million in dead cap. They just can't. It makes zero sense. But also, why would a team trade for him when they know the Dolphins are probably going to cut him? So the Dolphins have really put themselves in a really bad situation. So why not just keep him? Like, people are talking about, go and get this quarterback as a vet or another one. Hey, you've got a vet in the building. You don't have to lie. Yeah, exactly. You're paying him. Why are you cutting Tua for X amount? Say it's even $70 million to pay someone $5 million. It makes zero sense. So if there's 100% a world in which Tua stays, I think the issue is how do you promote and say it's a healthy quarterback competition where anyone can win, and no offense to Quinn Ewers or someone else, but they win it? Because to some people, you and I and Lee would be like, dude, we know Tua won that competition. Like, we know it.
So Sully and Hafley did say, it's going to be an open competition. We're going to bring in real competition, and we're going to let the best quarterback win. He did say that. They did say that. Thing is, you would think that's if Tua's not on the team, because if Tua's on the team and he doesn't win that, that's the second thing that Sully kind of lied to my face about, bro. Like, bro. You can't lie to me like that, bro. So, yeah, the thing about keeping Tua is we were talking about bringing in a bridge quarterback. If you bring in a veteran quarterback, the reason why teams like to bring in veteran quarterbacks is because you don't want to hand the Ferrari keys over to your rookie. Like, it's like, hey, let me show you how different this thing is, and then you hand it over to him with your veteran quarterback. And there's rumors, well, Malik Willis is going to be $30 million, and Kirk Cousins and all this other good stuff, and trade for a quarterback, all this stuff, which is like, all right, well, so now you have $99 million of dead cap, but then you still have $30 more million allocated to quarterback. In this case, if you kept Tua, it would be, well, you already paid this quarterback, so he is going to be the one that bridges the gap, which isn't a bad idea. However, the reason why it is not assumed that the Dolphins will do this is because if you keep Tua and he gets hurt, and that injury crosses over to like April of next season, next year, next calendar year. So that's when it gets real tricky. It's like, but we can't dodge these bullets. So that's the whole thing. That's why you see teams like the Giants is the last team that I can remember off the top of my head. Daniel Jones, they knew they were going to move on from Daniel Jones, so they just benched him for the rest of the season. Like, yo, we're not going to risk Daniel Jones getting hurt. Now we got to eat more cap. Now we got to keep him on the roster for next year. Now we got to pay more bonuses and stuff like that. So the idea of keeping Tua on the roster and not cutting him and incurring a $99 million dead cap hit is okay. It's cool until the worst case scenario happens. So you want to avoid worst case scenario. But Kadeem, if I'm being honest with you, there was a player recently. When I say recently, I'm talking about the past 4 years of the Miami Dolphins, who kind of, I don't want to say burned the Miami Dolphins, but this kind of happened with this player. Said player, he was under contract. Dolphins wanted to move on from him, but he had an injury that carried over multiple contracts, and then we had to have a settlement. Do you remember what player that was?
Outside of Xavier Howard, no. But that was the first person that came to my mind, Xavier Howard. But also because I just know how much you dislike him, if that's fair to say.
It was close. It was the person opposite of Xavier Howard. The other corner,
Byron Jones. It was
Byron Jones. So it happens, and if you're an agent, you're gonna be like, hey, nah, we're still nursing this calf injury that we've been playing with, that we've tried to fight through, that is still lingering. So nah, we're not playing ball. Can you see Tua doing something like this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like what? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what teams would like to avoid is something like that happening. So I think it's a conundrum, to say the least.
I think also it's, you're seeing teams looking to trade for Carson Wentz, which probably goes to show you teams aren't high on this quarterback class. It's like, hey, even if we need to find someone in the draft, we'd much rather like roll out a Carson Wentz or whoever. I'm not praying for injury for anyone. But say Tua does stay and it gets to August and someone goes down, you can see a team going, hey, we're desperate. Like, we need a starter, and hey, Miami, like, we'll take Tua off your hands. Yes, it's not going to be a high pick, and the Dolphins will still eat a lot of cap space, or dead cap, I should say. Sorry, but the Dolphins put themselves in a really bad position with not only the cutting of Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb and stuff, but just by benching Tua last year, everyone knew like his time in Miami was done. Some people try to be like, oh, they're bringing in Bobby Slowick, who knows, or they're promoting Bobby Slowick, and he knows Tua and all that kind of stuff. And I believe 5 Yard Lee pointed out to me that I think on the Toronto Armstead podcast, Jalen Waddle was like, yeah, he's gonna go meet up with Tua to throw and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, hey, like, but also it's, of course, Jalen Waddle is going to throw and catch with Tua. They've been doing that for years. He's not going to pull up Quinn Ewers
from college. Do you think my dog from college is going to start rocking with me? Because it's like, no.
So, listen, it's going to be difficult. I'm not just saying this as a Tua fan. I think he handled the benching well. Like, bigger quarterbacks have handled benching so much worse, but there was no fuss from Tua. He looked like a good teammate. In the season, he was like, yeah, I'm ready to. He didn't say I'm ready to leave, but he was like, he alluded to the fact that he wanted to keep on playing, but his time in Miami was done.
He would like a fresh start.
Yeah, that was a fresh start. So
last thing on Tua, what do you make of the reports that Tua was the one who tried to usurp Mike McDaniel? Like, he tried to go over Mike McDaniel's head because Tua was done with McDaniel. What do you make of these reports?
Things get messy. Things get messy in breakups. For all intents and purposes, they had a great relationship, but great relationships when Tua's playing bad and McDaniel was like, hey, what's going on? And you might see a situation where Tua goes behind McDaniel's back and goes speak to Stephen Ross. What's interesting is the report cards, which are no longer going to be a thing. The Dolphins one leaked, and Mike McDaniel and the head coach got a B. Now,
all right. So we'll go into that right now. Actually, so I'll put the button on Tua. Allegedly trying to usurp McDaniel and going around McDaniel. Now, just like you said, when you're winning, everything is cool, everybody's happy, friendships are friendships. When you're losing, it's not as cool. Now, I wonder how many times things you do, because the quarterback has to take all the blame, right? I wonder how many times Tua was like, man, I'm done. I'm done with taking the blame and my name getting drugged through the mud in the media. Now, I'll be very clear. He played porous. He played terrible. So it's like, right now isn't that time to die on that hill. You know what I'm saying? But maybe a year or two ago or 2 years ago when, it was like, all right, McDaniel need to be better and stuff like that. So it's almost like Tua tried to, allegedly, I want to say, was probably tired of taking all the blame for everything, including the shortcomings of McDaniel when McDaniel would drop the ball. But it was just the timing isn't there for that. Like, yo, bro, it's maybe if you did this 2 years ago, it'll be different. If you voice your opinion or go to coach, or maybe the way it looks would be different too. Like, oh, we got burning another timeout. Coach, get the playing faster. You feel me? As opposed to taking those arrows. But what you said, Kadeem, how much fun was it that the report cards used to come out and we used to talk about how the Miami Dolphins had one of the best report cards in the league, and the Cardinals had one of the worst report cards in the league, or the Bengals had one of the worst report cards in the league. Bro, what do you make of the NFL no longer having report cards public. Now, they're still doing them, by the way, y'all. They're still doing them. The league will know, the players will know, the franchises will know these report cards, but they're not going to be public. We're not going to know. What do you make of that, Kadeem?
The paper planes are petty. The paper planes don't want everyone knowing that they're a bad organization. I understand it. I get it. Why would, if you're the owner of the paper planes, why would you want it to be publicly known that no one in the building likes anything you're doing? They don't like the facility. They don't like the coaches. They don't like you. It's messy. It's horrible. My thing is, why even for everyone else? Like, fix your house. Don't burn down the entire community because you can't paint your picket fence white and you can't, do your letterbox. Like, what's wrong with you? So it's petty, you're stupid. It's going to get leaked every single year. Like, this is just how it's going to be.
You said letterbox. We call it mailbox.
That was it, mailbox.
Y'all say letterbox though?
Well, yeah. So like the thing is, like, we don't have an actual box. Like the letterbox is like essentially it's a slot in the door. Like that's your letterbox.
So nobody has mailboxes out there. So hold on. All of y'all mail comes through the front door slot.
Yes,
everywhere.
Yeah. So where I'm living right now, there is like a next to the door. So as you know, Charlie, I live in like a block in a like small block of flats. You have to enter one door to get to like inside and thing.
Right.
That first door you get to, there's a letter box, like a slot there. So the letters go in there. But if you have a house, then yeah, you just walk up to the house, post to the very true story, and very quickly. I got a brand new coat delivered last week. So, I'm getting my notifications on my phone. Your coat will be delivered at some point today. Cool, fair enough. I'm sitting where I am right now. Hannah Montana's sitting in the front room. I get a notification on my phone. Sorry, we couldn't deliver your parcel today. I will try again tomorrow. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't deliver it? I'm sitting right here. Yeah. So I go outside and I see the mailman down the road. I'm like, I'm getting my coat right now. So I walk over. I'm polite. I'm like, hey, did you try and deliver a parcel to number 16? He's like, yes. It's sitting on like in the front of his car, and he gives it to me. I'm like, you can't have tried to deliver it because I was in my house. But also, he didn't even take any ID. I could have been anyone. I'm like, is this how the Royal Mail in the UK works? There was no ID checks. He just said yeah, and gave him up. Yeah, but yeah, that's how the mail kind of works in the UK.
Crazy, bruh. So yeah, listen, the NFL does not want to disclose these report cards anymore, bro. And why you started with the paper planes, bro? Did you see Aaron Glenn at the combine sleeping like your boy Omar Kelly?
There is nothing worse. Like, you're sleeping when you should not be sleeping, but someone was like, Aaron, and he jumps up and he's like,
I don't think I don't think no one called him. That's the thing. So for everyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, the NFL Combine is going on right now, and we're gonna have some Combine stuff coming up. But the NFL Combine is going on right now, and Aaron Glenn has his hand like just like Kadeem just did it like this, and it's one of those, and he opens his eyes and the camera was on him. So he opened his eyes and seen himself on TV sleeping. So he's like, oh no, let me move some stuff. Like, oh, and he keeps looking at the TV and he's like moving some stuff around. Like, dang, they got me. So no one really like hollered at him like, and it wasn't that. So I'm like, dang, bro, that's so embarrassing, bro. Because the paper planes are already embarrassing. They're already gonna have the worst pick in the draft. They're already picking high right now, and it's like, oh man, bro. I would say Aaron Glenn, my dog. I hate it had to be him, but he's not really my dog. But dang, bro, like talk about kick a man while he's down. Like that is terrible. How you sleep at the combine, bro. It's not like you're sleeping at like a playoff game that your team is not playing in. You're sleeping when you're supposed to be wide awake looking at the people you're trying to draft on your team. I don't want to miss a second of this. That's terrible, bro.
If I was applying for jobs for the New York Jets, I would have applied to be the official waker upper. That would be my job, the official waker upper. My job is to make sure that no one sleeps when they should not be sleeping. You know how like the Rams have the pullback guy for Sean McVay?
Yeah, everybody has a pullback guy.
Yeah. But like the Rams and the McVay one was the big one. My job would be like, that's how I would get into the building. My job is just like just elbow in your rib, like wake up. As I said that, my son woke up. Good timing. But yeah, crazy. He go back to sleep, because child.
Yeah, man. I don't like the NFL trying to hide things and teams being too embarrassed to tighten up their facilities and teams getting Fs. You know what I'm saying? 2026, by the way, billion-dollar companies getting Fs on their report card. That's crazy, bro. What do you make about Achane? Projected contract is $47 million, 3-year, $47 million. That's his projection.
I wish him all the best in the future for the team that pays him, because that ain't gonna be Miami. Charlie, I'm not coming off the trade to keep Achane train. I'm not doing it.
Cook got $12 million a year, 12 something, 12.5 or 13 or something, 12.7, something like that.
Yeah.
You can't pay Achane $2 more million a year, $3 more million a year.
I could have if I wasn't burning my team down and starting again. Charlie, I'm not paying it. If I'm rebuilding, I'm not paying a running back. I'm not doing it. Cook got paid because the Bills were further along in their development. Charlie, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Now, I 100% agree and understand that the actual rebuild could be a lot quicker. If you manage to hit on a few pieces this year, and the way the NFL works, you could be in playoff contention the following year. And, as everyone says, there's no better way to help a rookie quarterback than, with a great running game and, some good receivers, all that kind of stuff. So if the Dolphins are able to hit on offensive line this year and build the wide receiver room, when they pick their quarterback in 2027, or the guy they take this year and he developed nicely, then having Achane would be an absolute luxury. But right now, that's luxury the Dolphins can't afford, both financially and just in general. I think he's a great guy. He's a great dude. He's a terrific player. I'm just not paying him. Sorry, dude.
So he's still under contract. You don't have to pay him. He's still under. So here's my thing. He's under contract. It's his 4th year. He's due. He's supposed to get paid. But let's be very clear. When you perform as a rookie, you're not supposed to play your contract year. You're supposed to get paid beforehand. Thank you for your services. We appreciate you. We want you here long term. But I understand as a player, this says, well, I want my money. But it also says, it wouldn't hurt if y'all let me walk next year, because then I get to choose where I go. But then that's when you could pay him. So it's like, well, you don't have to pay him now. Maybe he's disgruntled. Maybe he says, dang, that's messed up. I'm leaving next year. Or maybe I hit you in the head next year. But reality is you don't have to pay him. And then next year you have your rookie quarterback and everybody's happy. You pick up your rookie quarterback, whoever this is, Dante Moore, Trinidad Chambliss. Who else come out next year?
Arch Manning.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's coming, and I don't think we're going to get him. But, you know what I'm saying? You got your quarterbacks. Now you also have a running back. Now you pay him next year. That's real messy, but we're a messy team, bro. Like it or not. We're messy, bro. Like, we're here. Yep. We're messy. We're a messy franchise. We're messy. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So But that number's not going to be 47 for 3 years next year. It's going to be more than that. So I don't know. I want to keep my dog, man. Hey, can we play the 8chan clip? Can we? Since we're here, let's play the 8chan clip.
Dolphins are on the clock.
Okay.
23 NFL Draft. The Miami Dolphins select Devon A-Chain.
Did the Dolphins go 2 for 2?
Yo!
Do you know what? I'm going to play another clip because this clip doesn't get enough love, and I think right now the player needs some love. So I'll play another quick clip. It's a minute. People will know why.
We got a trade here. The Las Vegas Raiders have traded the 37th pick to the Miami Dolphins. With that being said, the 37th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jonah Savaiinaea.
Let's go!
Arizona. Let's go.
If I walk about
What up, Oos? What up, Oos?
Charlie, is that Touche 24?
Touche's 24. Jonah
Touche
Savaiinaea.
24.
Touche's 24 is Jonah Savaiinaea, bro. The Dolphins
does it
are
again.
trying to please social media right now in Dolphins Nation. Bro, Jonah Savaiinaea is going to be a one helmet player. So when we wanted that one helmet player in the first round, we're going to get him in the second. And all of a sudden, the draft is shaping up. And Oos got another Oos on the squad. You know what I realized there? What you got about that clip?
It's funny what happens 12 months later because a one helmet guy, he might be a one season guy the way fans want him.
Oh, to be fair, he still might be a one helmet guy. He still might be a one helmet guy. Yeah, so but not how we seen the one helmet. That's not what we'll do. But look, man, in my dog Jonah Savaiinaea's like defense, they didn't even play him in the position they drafted him in, which is the craziest thing on the planet to me, bro. Like, yo, but whatever, no excuses. I get it. Something else I noticed, bro, we was clean. Our beers was nice. Yeah, bro, we was nice in that clip, boy. That was nice, Kadeem.
I need to clean this up for the draft. Yeah,
we was clean, Holmes. We should have a draft dress code.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. What y'all think? Go time Dolphins when we go for the like the draft party. Should we have a dress code? Draft day dress code? Draft day dress code.
I'm gonna have a war room background, so like that's gonna be changed at least. So yeah, I think we'll look into it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Like it a lot. Charlie,
the
2026 quarterback class. Do you like that a lot?
I do not like it a lot.
Sully said that the Dolphins will be drafting a quarterback in 2026. We can put everything we own on this in not being Fernando Mendoza. He has gone way before the Dolphins pick. But then it comes down to who's left. So I can't imagine the Dolphins pick a quarterback at 11. That just does not seem like what the team needs right now. But depending on who else goes, I am looking at NFLDraftBuzz.com and the quarterback rankings for this season. So they've got Ty Simpson at 2 from Alabama. I always pronounce this guy's name wrong, so apologies. Garrett Nussmeier from LSU.
Yeah, Nussmeier.
Cool. Carson Beck from Miami. Cade Klubnik from...
Let's just stop. Bro. Carson Beck. We'll start with Carson Beck, by the way. A Miami Hurricanes fan in myself. You see this Miami Hurricanes hat? This is one of the dopest.
That's dope. I like that.
So what?
That's dope. I said I like it.
Got the streets, you know what I'm saying? The streets that we used to walk on these streets. Look at this. Orange Bowl was right there, Calle Ocho in there somewhere. We got the come on, man. Like I'm a Hurricanes fan over here. This is what we do. Carson Beck ain't it, bro. I watched Carson Beck go from undrafted to drafted in the 5th, 6th, 7th round in one playoff game. I'm like, bro, that game just saved your draft stock because he was not it. And then it kind of worked him into like the 6th round. So if he goes drafted higher than the 5th round, teams need to reevaluate themselves, bro. Carson Beck's not it. So this draft class ain't it. But I got something to make this draft class interesting for you, Kadeem, because we could do this on GTD. The Miami Dolphins trade 4 first-round picks for Fernando Mendoza. Heisman Mendoza. How you feel about that? Are you going like 4 first-round picks and Jalen Waddle? Why not? Let's you know what I'm saying? It's the Raiders. They need receivers, 4 first-round picks and Jalen Waddle. How would you feel about that? Mendoza's a Dolphin now. Now what? How you feel?
I don't like it. Like for that draft capital, I think the Dolphins are smoking something. I don't want to be smoking that. Listen, Mendoza is a good quarterback. I think this is a genuinely weak quarterback class from what I've seen. I think Mendoza will be okay in the NFL. But there is zero chance of giving up for. I genuinely wouldn't move up to take him. I think, you know, being he's what, a Dolphins fan, or the photos of him in a Dolphins
He's
jersey.
born and raised in Miami.
Yeah. I think it's a nice story. If he did end up in Miami, I ain't moving up to go get him though. Like again, say the Dolphins didn't just decide to blow it up, and you know Hill was healthy, and like the Dolphins going to next season with the roster being what it was at the start of last season, but for whatever reason, Tua's not the quarterback. I still probably wouldn't go and get Mendoza to like lead this team going forward. I'd be more open to it, but of the guys taken last year and the guys potentially coming out next year, I don't think Mendoza stands up to many of them. Listen, for his sake, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's like, hey, he does become a dude. I just personally don't see it.
So what's funny about this is I was not a fan of the Tyreek Hill trade, but I was excited about it. I'm like, we here. I can't do nothing about it. I'm gonna reap the benefits from it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I would not be a fan of this either, for other reasons though. And this is unpopular opinion. We should have a segment, Unpopular Opinion Tuesdays or something. I don't know, whatever we call it. We need to figure it out. But I got a couple unpopular opinions. And this unpopular opinion is I actually don't even think Heisman Mendoza is that good.
Yeah.
So run it back 7 years later after he puts up 2 Super Bowls and y'all could hit me in the head. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is he's cool. Absolutely. He's cool. All right. Now I just don't think he's that good. In a league where it's a different kind of football. This is not the same kind of football. It's like everyone has to be mobile now, and his mobility, yes, he could get out the pocket, he could run. Bro, when I see Fernando Mendoza running, I see a deer that I hope doesn't get smacked by a truck. Like, I just hope he doesn't take that hit. And I feel like eventually he's going to take that hit and he's not going to be the same. And I don't wish it on him, but when he runs, it scares me. I'm like, oh, man, bro, just get down. So I'm not huge on Heisman Mendoza. If the Dolphins were to do this, I'm like, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the intrigue. I see why they would do it, but I would not do it. I would not be a fan of it. I would not like it. But it wouldn't be a travesty. It wouldn't be like, oh, we got Tannehill again. No, it wouldn't be that bad. But the worst part about this would be that we did that, and you're gonna have 9 quarterbacks go in the first 2 rounds next year. Like, bro, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You're gonna have mobile quarterbacks next year. Now, and I'm gonna be clear: just because they're mobile quarterbacks doesn't mean they can dice it up like Mendoza. I feel you, but you're gonna have options that are not that bad that you could have just waited 1 more year for. So that's why I wouldn't love this.
To me, this draft class at quarterback anyway is very reminiscent of the 2022 draft class. And I think if the Raiders and the rest of the teams in the NFL were smart, they wouldn't take, like, I'm not saying the Raiders should take Sonny first overall, the linebacker from Ohio State. But 2022 draft class, do you remember who the first quarterback taken off the board was?
22 draft class, first quarterback taken off the board. 2022. Who was the first person taken off the board?
Trayvon Walker to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
2022 Jacksonville Jaguars select Trayvon Walker, and the second pick was Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah.
Yep.
Aiden Hutchinson went second overall. Trayvon Walker, 2022. Don't even throw the Jeopardy music up. I'm about to be finished because wait. Give me a conference.
The AFC North.
Well, you gave me a division too. That's a huge hint. I just needed a conference, but since you say AFC North, AFC North, Bengals, Ravens, Cleveland took somebody. AFC North. Hold on. The Steelers took somebody in the AFC North. 2022. Oh, I do know who it was. Was it Kenny Pickett?
Kenny Pickett goes 20th overall, and look how that turned out for them. Like, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I feel like everybody behind Heisman Mendoza is Kenny Pickett. Like, that's how I feel. Yeah. Now, I want to be clear. I think Heisman Mendoza is better than Kenny Pickett, so I think you're good there. But if the Raiders really wanted to be like, hey, if Brady wanted to outsmart the league all over again, he'd be like, hey, let's trade the first round pick to somebody who thinks this is a big deal, and then get like 4 ones. And like, matter of fact, let's use the paper planes as suckers. Like, I've been using them boys all my career, and they would go for it. Oh, we could get Heisman Mendoza. Like, so yeah, bro, this is prime. Yo, trade bait.
So I was just trying to see who the Dolphins took that year.
2022. Hold on. Dolphins pick 2022 first round. We didn't have a first round pick. That was Yo, that was the year we got penalized and didn't have a first round pick for tampering. Like, come on, man. We're messy, bro. It's a circus in Miami, bro.
Who did the Dolphins take in the second round?
Second round, 2022. The Miami Dolphins select 2022. That was an H-N?
No.
H-N was 23?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
All right, let's run it back. 2022 second round pick. Miami Dolphins. The year before that was Jalen Phillips, yeah? All right, We're getting somewhere. Who y'all got in the comments? Who did the Miami Dolphins take in 2022 Second. Oh, it was. Hold on. It's coming. Hold on. But I feel like if we're not on air, because I'm still trying to entertain people, I think I could get this. I just need a little more time. But for the sake of podcasting, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this.
No one. The Dolphins drafted no one in the second round. There was no one. The Dolphins in 2022 had finished with 4 picks. Channing Tindall in the 3rd round. Eric Ezekama in the 4th. Who they take with the 2 selections in the 7th round?
Cameron Good was one of them.
Yeah.
And was that Hill?
Nah.
Oh, wait. It was a tight end, wasn't it? It was a receiver / tight end? No. Who was it?
Skylar Thompson.
Oh my goodness.
The Dolphins in 2022 with the 4 draft picks: Channing Tindall, Eric Ezekama, Cameron Good, and Skylar Thompson.
And who should they taken in the 7th round? Kadeem?
Well, everyone says Brock Purdy, I guess, but
very good, Junior Grasshopper. Hey, bro, listen, man. We went from a football podcast to a comedy podcast with this one.
Dolphins are a comedy team, but very, very, very quickly. So to take it back to this year's quarterbacks, some Dolphins fans are kind of like getting hyped behind Taylor Green and Sawyer Robertson. Some are looking at Drew Allar from Penn State, who I guess if injuries were on his side and better quarterback play, could have been the 2nd quarterback taken this year, if not the 1st. Is there anyone so the Dolphins are going to pick someone? It's like they've said that they're going to take someone. If the Dolphins keep their word and do select a quarterback, who do you think, from what you've seen so far, would be the best, or who would give the Dolphins the best chance of winning games in the future?
Well, I can't answer that question, but I'll indulge the Taylor Green thing, and I mentioned this maybe an episode or 2 ago. Taylor Green is too green. He's too raw. He played for Arkansas. However, what people would like to know is, I think he's 6'6" or 6'7", maybe. Maybe even 6'5". He's tall enough, and he's 230. But he's mobile, very mobile. You know what I'm saying? So he has that. He has height going for him. The pageantry that people like to hear. Oh, he looks like a quarterback. He looks like you want him to look. But he doesn't throw like you want him to throw, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? What does it mean? And then that was my biggest thing about Josh Allen. Like, okay, I get it. Dog's the tank. And it's attractive. I ain't even gonna lie. Josh Allen, I want him on my fantasy football team all the time. But in real life, I don't want him on my team in real life. Now I would take him. Don't. Oh, Charlie, you wouldn't take Josh? Yeah, I'll take him. But at the same time, I'll still have the same criticism. Oh, well, game's too close. I gotta see how my dog's gonna blow it this time. That would be my take on Josh Allen. Taylor Green, on the other hand, he doesn't have the strong arm like the rocket ship arm where you could just, he's 6'5", 6'6", 230, and Josh Allen attributes. He doesn't even have that. So it's too early for me to give you a name that I would be like, you know what, I kind of co-sign this guy. So I'm not going to co-sign nobody right now, and I can't tell you that I will co-sign anybody by the end of it when it comes to quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, it's like I said, 2022 draft class, bro. You are in the mud. I think if I was to, again, I'm not co-signing no one, but I think the most intriguing one for me is Drew Allar, simply because, he was someone who we had this conversation in the last episode about players going back to school and for the various reasons that they go back to school. But sometimes, like, who was the quarterback from Ohio State? Was JT Barrett?
No. That was Cardale Jones went back.
Cardale Jones, yeah. Cardale Jones and Drew Allar are gonna have a lot of things in common because, like, dude, you should have come out. When teams are looking at you like, hey, we want to take you in the first round, sometimes it's best to just come out because he's going to be a late day 2, early day 3 guy. Actually, the Dolphins pulling the trigger on that. He will need to sit. And to be brutally honest, he might need to sit next year as well. But I think from what we saw last year, flashes this year. When I say last year, I mean 2024 season, and then 2025 being this year. There could be something there, but the issue is that it could. So who knows? Who knows? Charlie, we do have a question around quarterbacks, but you can say something, so I'll get to that in a second.
No, go ahead. What's the question?
So Storm the Desert says, would you go for a Kirk Cousins sign-in and Ty Simpson in the second round if he's there? Turns out Simpson was playing 3-quarter crippled and extremely sick all season and still had the season he did. Shout out to Storm the Desert for the question. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. I was going to say bro, but I don't know if he was a bro. You know what I'm saying? Or
same mate. Everyone's a mate.
Appreciate you. Appreciate the question. I would go with the Kirk Cousins part. I'm okay with it. I understand you need a bridge quarterback. And Storm, the Desert, there's multiple directions you could take to get to the desired address. And one of those directions you could take is have a bridge quarterback and get ready to bridge for your rookie. And also, you can not spend that money on a quarterback and then just draft somebody next year and go with what you got and all the other good stuff. My thing about Ty Simpson, I understand he was injured. But I'm going to be real with you. I seen dog quit. I seen him quit. Like, it was on camera. The camera was on him. And he was injured, but the game was over. Well, the game was getting out of hand. It was, I can't remember, Bama. Maybe it was, who did Bama play in the playoffs? Who was it? Ole Miss? No, Ole Miss had to bye. I can't remember who Bama played in the playoffs when they lost.
Indiana. They played Mendoza.
No, but no. Mendoza had the bye. It was like the first week of the playoffs, I think. But maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was the second week of the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe it was Indiana. Anyway, I understand he was injured, but the game wasn't. I don't think the game was so far out of reach where it was like, all right, I'm gonna stop playing now. Think about my NFL career, and I don't want to take any more hits. I thought he had some more time in him, and I think you should lose with your team. And I think he quit. And in my opinion, I don't want no quitters. I think he's a quitter. One, I don't even think he's that good anyway. But I watched him quit. The coach didn't come over. The trainer didn't come over and say, "Hey, you're done." No one came over and said, "Hey, you're done." He sought them out and said, "Hey, I'm done. I can't. I want winners." Mike Singletary voice. So I can't do that, bro. So it's a no for me, dogs.
Yeah, Alabama beat Oklahoma, and then they got absolutely dog walked by Indiana 38-3. Like,
that was the game.
So yeah.
Kadeem, while we're on quarterback, the top of the quarterback, before we go into overtime, the Miami Dolphins. And we're talking about drafting and quarterbacks and combines. So to put all the, I guess, salt makes the wound sting or something. Why did they say salt on the wound?
Yeah, you put salt in the wound. That's gonna hurt.
Is that something that they used to do in like World War II days or something?
Potentially to stop infections, maybe. Like if you rub salt in the wound, it makes it
worse.
Come on,
stat check. Let's find out. When did they put salt on wounds, and why did they put salt on wounds? Fact check, stat check. This is what we do here on Go Time Dolphins. We kind of knowledgeable here on this podcast.
Yep, to clean the area, reduce swelling, and create an environment that promotes healing, according to Google AI.
As far as like what time period was this?
It doesn't say. It's just
It's cool. But salt on the wound. To put salt on the wound that the Miami that
World War
is
II apparently.
World
Wonder
War
World War.
World War what?
So again,
Did you say World War III, bro?
World War II.
Oh, okay.
But according to Google AI, it's like since ancient times.
Got you.
Like,
got you. Put salt on the wound. The Dolphins could have drafted Jackson Dart last year. Jackson Dart didn't go until 25, bro. He went 25th overall. The Dolphins selected Kenneth Grant, by the way, just for those who don't remember this. So this still could have been a clean transition, smooth, seamless transition, and we wouldn't be set back three years. It could have been a seamless transition. I'll be real. Dolphins could also did some other things that I would have been in favor of, which was Emeka Ibuka, who was prime Miami receiver. He's ready for the big time, ready for the city that is Miami. He's not going to get caught up in the foolishness, and he was right there. Look at what Emeka Ibuka did for Tampa last year, right? So now you have two receivers in Waddle and Tyreek Hill. You can draft your Tyreek Hill replacement in Emeka Ibuka and seamlessly pass it off from Hill to Waddle and Ibuka. It would have been perfect. And then for 1 year, you got all three of them. Lovely. Oh, you had Matthew Golden in there too. However you want to sauce this thing up. But we went Kenneth Grant, bro. And the train was already off the tracks. The Chris Greer train was already off the tracks. My dog was tripping, and it is what it is. So we got to take the L's when we got to take the L's. We getting into overtime, Kadeem?
We are. There's a comment, but we'll address that in overtime.
We'll address the comment in overtime. Y'all heard it, man. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
We have a GM in the building. Shout out to Tony, the GM. He says Sawyer Robertson is a great prospect. Kid played baseball and needs to work on the mechanics, but his arm talent is off the charts. Also called Ty Simpson, Zach Wilson.
I'll take that comparison. I'll take the Simpson, Zach Wilson. Yeah, again, I'll reserve my opinion on any quarterback coming out in this draft until closer to the draft, where I've done all my homework, and I don't want any clip out there where it's like, Charlie Touche said da, except what I said about Tylen Green. But a lot of baseball players are quarterbacks. It's funny how that thing works. And I remember in high school, our starting quarterback our backup quarterback was the pitcher, like the best pitcher on the team, the baseball team. And he was QB2, and half the team was divided. Like he should be there's a phrase, the backup quarterback is the coolest person on the team. You know what I'm saying? Or the favorite person on the team, however it goes. I guess I don't remember the phrase. And backup quarterback is in practice, and we're doing goal line, and I play corner, Kadeem, and they run this play, and they're not getting in. It's like they had like 6 downs, bro, like because it's practice. They had like 6 down, they're not getting in, and they run this read, and he keeps it, and he comes on my side, and I'm the last line of defense over there before he gets into the Like he has to like sneak in between me and the DN, and he goes. I clean dog's clock. I'm like, bro, you're not getting in there. It's one of those. Ooh, the whole team is ready, live and ready. I'm like, yo, like run it back. We're not giving up this touchdown. We're not getting there. Y'all not getting in here. And then like 6 plays later, they ran the same play and he ran me over and they got him. I was so mad, bro. I like, bro, y'all had like 7 downs. Y'all had 7 downs, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he got me good too. It was bad. I like it's like he was like, it's like when he called the play in the huddle, he's like, oh, I got something for the DB over there. Just wait till I get over there. And he dropped it on me. I ain't gonna lie.
No, fair play. Payback is a I was gonna say it, but I'm just gonna get demonetized right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Very quickly before we head out of here. Have you seen much of the combine? You paying attention to much of the combine so far?
So I have this weekend off of work, and I got everything queued up. Like as we speak, when we're done, when we sign off here, I'm gonna go finish what I was finished. It's like the reporting part of the combine. I'm gonna watch all the content from the reporting part. Then I'm gonna watch the combine itself. Then I'm gonna watch my 3-hour season premiere of Survivor. Bro, I'm ready for this weekend. I'm not gonna see the sun for like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here. I'm be in my little what they call it, my bunker, just with my remote. And then Tuesdays 24, got some more Tuesdays 24 popping up. But before we do go, what do you make about reports of Waddle? Pittsburgh reportedly interested in Waddle.
I think we discussed it briefly in the last episode.
We did.
Again, dude, if the offer's right, off you go. Like genuinely, so Sonny says he wants to build around him and Achan, but the wide receiver room right now is the 2 Washingtons, Waddle, and there's not much behind that. So realistically,
could have been a Mecca Ibuka or Matthew Golden.
It could have been,
but right now it's Waddle and Kenneth Grant.
Well, Kenneth Grant doesn't play wide receiver, so
very good.
But yeah, like I said it in the UK Dolphins WhatsApp, and people were shocked that I would trade Achan and Waddle, and I'm like, first of all, I was like, you can't tell me that Chris Greer drafted bad players and then want to build around Chris Greer's players. The two things don't compute in my head. So you're wrong on something, and I know exactly what you're wrong on. But 2, bro, I'm rebuilding. By the time this team is likely in a position to challenge for the division or a wild card spot, Waddle is going to be probably past 30 and slowing down, and Achan ain't going to be there either. So listen, everyone wants to rebuild until it's time to get rid of half-decent players. Bro, this isn't Madden. You're not trading your 37 overall wide receiver for 2 first-round picks. It doesn't work. You want to build this properly. Sometimes good players have to go. And Waddle, listen, great dude. Seen him live. I've asked him questions. I have no beef with the guy at all. But he has bad hands. His inability to play every single down, week in, week out, is an issue. And if someone's to give us a early day 2 pick, it's been great. It's been fun. The Penguin celebration was a lot of fun. Enjoy yourself elsewhere.
It really was fun, bro.
It was so fun.
What's the lowest you will take if a team says, "Hey, I got a 4th round pick for you"? Obviously saying no. So what's the lowest you would say? Like Clarence Rack, I'm moving Waddle. I'm done. What's the lowest pick you'll take? What's the lowest offer you will take?
The first pick in the 3rd round. That's the lowest I would take. The first pick in the 3rd round.
So a third, just 1/3.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you offer me the 2nd pick in the 3rd round, I don't care if you had the 7th pick. I'm saying no. Like, don't even come there. It has to be the top of the 3rd round. That is the only way I'm doing it. The only way. Like, I just, people said when Tyreek went down, Waddle's going to step up, and I'm still waiting. still waiting for them to step up. Like beating like going off against the Jets isn't an achievement no more. Do you like I know you'll cook the Jets. Cook everyone else, please.
Bro, I can see Waddle being the type of receiver. The Dolphins are 0-6. And he like, yo, I'm not playing no more. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I can see him quitting too. Like I told you, I don't like quitters. I can see Waddle quitting. I can see it. And I'm not saying, I mean, okay, you want your player redeemed. Yeah, I get it. You know what? We gotta move Waddle, bro. We gotta move him now, bro. We gotta move this dude because his stock is never gonna be as high ever again.
Yeah,
it's
gonna hurt as well because I've got that Miami Vice Waddle jersey as well. It's gonna hurt, but so be it. So be it, guys. Until the next time, we shall see you soon. Peace.
Oopsie.